Welcome back to another video. It is Saturday morning, it's nearly 11:30. I'm now about to get primary squats and deadlifts underway, and then I've got lower body accessories to go to the gym and do after. I'm feeling really good. My body feels incredibly healthy, other than my pec, which is actually the most annoying thing right now because it's just kind of come from nowhere. I think it's from when I trained a couple weeks ago and I did back-to-back days to try and get my training in before I was away at the weekend. And I think just benching too many days in a row essentially just kind of messed my pec up a little bit. Isn't awful. I've still been able to bench through it, but I'm aware of it now and I don't usually feel it unless I'm actually benching. So just a little bit overly aware of that. But all is good other than that. My hamstring issue, which last weekend had a really big flare up after this session. Well, even going into this session, I could feel it. And after this session last week, after I did all my accessories as well, I really noticed it. It feels non-existent. Biggest thing this week is I've been really on top of my activity and my steps. Like most days I've been doing 15,000 steps. I think my average for the week is like high 13,000. So I had one day where I was at like just under 10, but now we've got 2 days left of the week and I will probably be close to 15,000 both of these days anyway. So activity has been really up, and I'm someone in the past that when I've actually consistently increased my steps, my feet, my ankles and my knees haven't really been able to handle it. Whereas this time, everything feels fantastic. I feel great on my feet. I feel like just super healthy. My body feels good. My joints all feel good. So I'm feeling really positive about that. And body weight is responding, unsurprisingly. So normally when you increase your activity, there is like a little bit of a delay for your body to kind of catch up. Obviously, like it takes a bit of time for your body to kind of get used to the fact that you're burning more. Your body will take a bit of time to essentially see the weight on the scale kind of move. And I would normally expect at least a week or two for me, like knowing my body, for that to kind of happen. Now, last week was the first full week of my deficit, and my body weight kind of dropped a little bit to like high 86s. So it was more just kind of retention dropping off, that sort of thing. Whereas this week, I've noticed my body weight has been dropping a lot better anyway. I started the week at 86.4. I did kind of shoot up a little bit during the week to like 86.7, 86.8, which I think the target weight for this week was about 86.6 anyway. This morning I woke up at 85.9. Now I did have my dinner at like 4:30 yesterday, and I didn't weigh myself until like 9 o'clock this morning. So massive time between that, which will have automatically made me sit a bit lighter this morning. But body weight is flying off, which is great. And that's what we want, because I'm hoping that we can then increase my calories in my next check-in and I can keep my expenditure up, and we'll just see a really good decline in body weight, get me closer to the class. I'm literally 2-3 weeks ahead of the target, like average weights that we've set. So every week we're essentially hoping to drop roughly 300 grams. And I'm literally at like 3 weeks times target already, which I don't want to drop super quickly because I want what I lose to obviously be body fat and not muscle mass. But a lot of what I was carrying before was just a result of me not moving as much with the heat wave that we've had here, not being able to do as many steps, and just a bit of retention from like not being quite as dialed in with my diet. So to be back at 85.9, I'm pretty happy. I'm expecting that to go back up to low 86s over the next few days anyway, like just naturally, because obviously, like I said, I ate really early last night. Had a bit of a lay-in this morning, didn't weigh myself until quite late. But body weight is doing what we need it to, and I'm feeling really good about that. And expenditure in terms of steps and stuff has just felt really manageable this week. Like it hasn't felt like a chore trying to get my steps in. Been doing a super long evening walk with Zuko, our dog, as well, which has just been lovely to kind of end the day with that. And then during the day, I've just been using my walking pad when I've been like doing like lower pressure work, like making content, that sort of thing. And it's just been working really well, and I feel really good for it. So I'm really happy, and body weight is doing what we need it to. My nutrition check-in is on Tuesday this week. So intrigued to see what my coach says, if she wants me to put my food up or not. Now, currently the target is 2,000 calories. I think Tuesday I actually went a little bit over, but generally I think my average has been maybe 2,100 this week, which is obviously fine. Like, and I think when my calories are set to 2,000, I think anywhere from 2,000 to 2,200 at the moment is probably a good deficit for me, like quite a big deficit if I keep my expenditure as high as it is. So we'll just kind of see going forwards, but I'm feeling pretty happy. Body weight is doing what we need it to, and my body feels super healthy, which is obviously the key thing here. Like, and that's not to do with the body weight, that's just to do with the extra movement. But previously when I increased my steps and my hamstring issue wasn't feeling amazing, it ended up making my hamstring issue worse. So to know that it's actually helping things this time is just a really nice feeling, and it means that I can just keep doing this. So I'm feeling good. The plan for today is a top set of 4 on squats at 155, 3x6 at 145, and then I've got paused sumo single at 160. I'm not gonna lie, I'm really excited by sumo at the moment. My sumo has felt fantastic the last 2 weeks. I think I've kind of just nailed my slack pull, and because my pain and stuff hasn't been super high, I mean, last week it was a little bit more uncomfortable, I kind of just ignored it. Because I'm not in loads of pain and stuff setting up anymore, I can actually really feel like I can take my time with the slack pull for one. Like I'm not rushing the start to try and get out of that painful position. But I'm also able to like actually feel my positioning a little bit more and take my time and have a little bit more patience off the floor. And it just feels really crisp. I'm hoping today is the same. And I've actually been really, really excited to pull again. Like, bear in mind, I hate deadlifts. Like deadlifts have always been the lift that I don't enjoy doing very much. But I'm genuinely excited to deadlift at the moment, which is a fantastic feeling. So yeah, I've got a pause single at 160, and then I've got a set of 4 at 147, and then I've got a set of 6 at 135, and then 2x6 at 125. So quite a lot of volume there. And then off to the commercial gym, added leg press in. So if you've watched my video from, I think it would have been Monday, I took Hatfield squats out of my program because I just hated them, like genuinely hated them. Not in the sense of like, oh, these aren't fun, like a Bulgarian split squat, in the sense of like, I don't want to do these. Like I genuinely dread them every week and they feel horrible loading up. So I've put a leg press in for now. I'm going to do that this week. I had really good progress when I had leg press in before. Like for me, I just need some sort of pressing movement in there that I do sleeveless to keep my knees happy, knees healthy, especially because I squat in rigs. They really, really help with that, and they help with my power out the hole. And I just need something that I can load up and have fun on as well. And I know that that will have a good carryover. Like when I squatted my 190 triple, which is the best my squat has ever been, I was doing leg press religiously at that point, and that was like a really good movement for me. Previously to that, I was doing pendulum squat. My gym's got a new pendulum machine that I haven't actually tried yet, but I thought for now I'll just do leg press because I know I really enjoy that, and I can just load that up and have fun with it for now. And then we'll see down the line if I feel like there's something better to add in. But I just know I'm not going to push Hatfield squats the way that I would need to in order to get the benefit out of them that I need. So I just figured rather than trying to force myself and just hating it, I'll put something in that I enjoy. So yeah, that's the plan for today. I will say I am strongly considering changing my structure of my weekend up, because currently I have primary squats and deadlifts on a Saturday, primary bench on a Sunday, and then obviously today I have my lower body accessories, and then tomorrow after bench I have my upper body accessories. I'm not gonna lie, team, I don't think I want to go to the commercial gym twice a week. I think I want to go back to going once a week. So with that, what I think I'm going to do is move my primary bench to this day and do all 3 primary lifts together again. And then on a Sunday, do a full body accessory day. I'm tempted to do that today. I'm not going to, but the reason I'm not going to today is actually just because of my pec. Currently my structure, on a Friday, I do my tempo ascending bench press, like ascending triples on tempo bench. Super light, super comfortable, just like a primer that I do 2 days before my primary bench. I have a rest day in between for bench. And that's worked really well for me. Now, I don't think I should be benching back-to-back days really currently with my pec. So I currently do Tuesday and Wednesday, I bench both days, and that's fine because Wednesday is super light. What I think I would have to do if I move my primary bench to a Saturday is then also do my tempo bench on a Thursday. So move that back and then train Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, which I think would be fine. That 3rd in a row bench day shouldn't cause me any problems at all. But just currently with my pec, I don't think that's sensible. And I don't want to do, like, I don't feel like I could bench today with my pec, which is really frustrating because this has just kind of come on out of nowhere. But basically, I'm going to have some time to think on it. But I do think long term, as long as my pec calms down, I would probably prefer to just do SPD on a Saturday, full body accessories on a Sunday. It's how I actually used to do things ages ago. And I think for me, it's just like saving time, not having to go to the commercial gym twice a week. Like I'm quite happy doing, I want to do cardio twice a week, but I'm quite happy doing a cardio session at home and then a cardio session at the gym on a Sunday anyway, which is what I have been doing. So that's kind of where my brain is at. And I think I would probably enjoy that more, but we will see. For this weekend, I'm just going to keep it normal and then go from there.
Okay. I see across the room, X marked on the spot, everybody tryna zoom. But this is casual, another night with the wolves, but I should be dealing with them, she's a damn professional. Making plays for, don't need to be told, yeah she knows. Got these fellas down bad and everybody else mad. Adrenaline rush, leaving them in the dust, now they converting the stands. The world is in her hands now, she's living in my head rent free. Burning through my long-term memory. Everybody racing in a Grand Prix. They know if they don't take a chance now. Feeling stay woke, no sleep. Running back real slow, was that a wink? She's cold as ice, sugar-coated lies with the honey trap eyes. She's dangerous. She's dancing with intention. She's got everyone's attention. She knows she's dangerous. They wanna get a number on a roulette. Tryna find and open it. Roll the dice, cold sweat running down my neck. She be on the next victim, get caught in a web. Got these fellas spending all they got left. She be keeping the score like a follow ratio. Got these fellas praying to the Lord for a glimpse of any hope. She bad, she broke, straight unpredictable, straight irresistible. She got me in a slow. She's living in my head rent free, burning through my long-term memory. Everybody racing in a Grand Prix. They know if they don't take a chance now, I'm finna stay woke, no sleep, running back real slow. Was that a win? She's cold as ice, sugar-coated lies with the honey trap eyes.
Okay, so it is now Sunday. I'm just gonna load up what I've got today. I didn't film anymore yesterday because when I, literally 2 minutes after filming my intro clip, I sat down to put my knee sleeves on and my shoes on for squats, and I just had the biggest energy crash. Like, I felt awful and I did not want to train. Obviously I still did, like, it wasn't an option. I still trained, it was fine. And nothing was heavy, so everything moved fine. But when I tell you, like, I almost just felt the energy just like evaporate and disappear. And I felt awful for the entire session, which is really annoying because I've been really excited to deadlift, like, literally all week, and I just didn't want to do it, like, at all. But I got through everything and everything moved really well. I was fine with how everything was. It was just like a really mentally tough session to get through, and like energy levels were just not there. And then for the rest of the day, my energy was just non-existent. Like, I just felt awful. So very upset by that, but it's fine. I got through it. I'm feeling a bit better today. I did stay up and watch the football last night, which is a terrible idea, but it was a really good game. But now I am even more exhausted because I didn't go to sleep until like 12:30 last night, which is very late for me. But it's fine. I'm not going to complain. I do generally feel pretty good today. I have a bit of stiffness and stuff, a bit of leg DOMs, but nothing unusual after my primary squats and deadlifts. Very, very happy to say though. So my hamstring issue last week, in this video last week, my hamstring issue flared up pretty badly, like the worst flare I've had in a long time. And I was quite concerned about it basically. Yesterday, after all my deadlift volume, because I have a lot of deadlift volume, so I have a top single, I have a back off set of 4, and then I have a lighter set of 6, and then 2x6 on sumo deadlift. And usually by the end of all of that, I do feel a little bit of aggravation. And I maybe felt a tiny bit, but like a 1 out of 10 on the pain scale at most. And it was literally just at the insertion point where the hamstring issue first like originally stemmed from. Went to the gym, usually in the drive from mine to the gym, I do notice it obviously stiffens up a little bit more, which is pretty normal when you're sat down and stuff straight after training. But when I got to the gym the other end, I didn't actually feel like it was any worse. Like, it felt fine. So I managed to do all of my lower accessories, all of my hinging movements, and obviously everything is super light. But a couple kind of wins to take away from that is, one, it's 4 weeks now of me doing these lower body accessories and adding them back in, direct hamstring work, direct hinging work, areas that I've been unable to focus on for such a long time that are massive weak points for me, have been in the program consistently for 4 weeks, and my injury is definitely getting better and better still. And then the other massive win is also the fact that when I did have a flare up last week, I didn't have to change anything. Like, I could still manage to do everything, and it felt fine after that. So if I have future flare ups, I can reassure myself with last week's information that I'm going to be fine. It's just a flare up. And I do know that. And even last week, I didn't panic when I had a flare up, but it's just nice to have that data, that evidence that it was just a one-off flare up, and actually these things, they're going to happen anyway. But super happy with that. Definitely think all of my steps have been helping as well. So yesterday, I managed to do, I think, 12,000 steps yesterday, and I actually didn't use the walking pad ones yesterday. That was just from dog walks and like walking to the gym, or like going to the gym, walking around the gym and stuff. But my body weight dropped again today, and I actually went over my calories yesterday. I had like a min aero bar, like quite a big bar that we got. I think my boyfriend picked it up for me Friday. And literally yesterday afternoon, I was like, I need something. So I had a podcast yesterday afternoon as well, and I genuinely just had no energy. Like, I didn't know how I was going to get through this conversation. So I had that chocolate bar, and so yeah, I went over by like 500 calories, I think, roughly. And body weight today has dropped again to 85.8. So body weight is just falling off of me, which is a good thing. Like, it's kind of what I want. And it means that we can definitely up my calories next week in my check-in on Tuesday. So I'm really, really happy about that, because obviously I want to be eating as much food as I can and still losing weight. And it just shows that I will be able to make it into the class. If I'm already at 85.8, when 2 weeks ago I was sitting in mid 87s, no, this isn't the rate of loss I should be aiming for. Like, it should be much slower and steadier than this. but it's just proof that now I'm back in my normal step routine. And granted, I'm doing a few more than normal. Well, I say a few more. My average is definitely up like 1 to 2,000 compared to when it was at my peak kind of pre-bench worlds. But it's a sustainable amount for me, and my body's feeling super healthy for it, as well as my weight is responding, which means I'll be able to get more food in. So overall, we're just seeing some positives. And yeah, 85.8 today, which I actually expected obviously a little bit of a shoot up, especially because my carbs yesterday were like way over. So not going to complain about that. Very happy about that. Again, I'm still going to expect a little bit of a shoot up midweek because generally my weight sits higher during the week because I just don't get as much sleep. Not that I actually got that much sleep last night because by the time I went to bed, it was so late, but I did have a lay in this morning. I didn't get out of bed until 9:30. I got up and fed the dog at 7:30, but I just kind of laid back in bed for a couple of hours after. So yes, feeling better today than I did yesterday. Praying there is not another energy crash today because I can't deal with that. I've also got cardio to do today as well at the gym, which is all fine. It's just rowing machine sprints, 10 minutes, 30 seconds on, 30 seconds off. Been really enjoying those. I'm going to get loads of steps in again today. I have got a short work block this afternoon, so I'm going to get my under-desk treadmill out, like my walking pad out for some of that. But long dog walk this afternoon and I should be feeling good. Body, like I say, is feeling mostly pretty healthy, so no complaints from me. Today we've got primary bench, so I've got top double on bench at 105, a set of 5 at 97.5, and then 3x5 at 87.5. Hoping my pec fares up well. I then have to go to the gym and do I then have to go to the commercial gym and do accessories after. Brain is not working. I'm not going to do any pressing like direct dumbbell chest press or anything because that definitely has been causing further irritation with my pec. But hoping I can get through all of my actual primary bench without causing any irritation. But I will say now, if I'm doing my lighter sets of 5 at 87.5, and I notice on the second set that it's starting to get aggravated, I won't do the third set and I will just probably cut a set back for the next week to just let it heal, because I would like to just get on top of this now, and then hopefully by the time I get to my week 3, all is healthy and I can really push that and hopefully PB my bench.
She's dancing with intention. She's got everyone's attention. She's dangerous. They wanna get a number on a Rolex, and they trying their luck, trying luck. They really wanna be the one she loves, but there she goes breaking all of these hearts. Can't seem to stay away from her.
Okay, so that didn't go how I wanted it to. Firstly, I definitely think an SBD on a Saturday is a better idea for me because setting up with the lower back and lower body stiffness that I've got the day after squatting and deadlifting, it just makes bench feel uncomfortable. So I do think I'm going to look at my days and potentially have a little shuffle around. Good news, my pec felt okay. Granted, bad news, I only did one lighter set of 5 at 87.5. So I did my top double at 105, which felt fine. Setup didn't feel amazing, but it's just stiffness from yesterday interfering with that. It felt really easy though, it felt really comfortable. I felt like I had a lot of power off the chest, which is the most important thing. My set of 5 at 97.5, bearing in mind I had like 2 minutes rest as well, because I was trying to get through quickly today. That felt good, felt really comfortable. Again, setup not feeling amazing. Did also notice, if anyone's been around for a while, I get these lovely neck flare-ups and I could feel this like line of pain from my neck down into like my trap and just my upper back halfway through the set. And I was like, this tells me that we are in trouble. But I finished the set, fine, whatever. And it's a pain that I've always managed to train through. I think there's only been a couple of occasions where I've had to miss train or like move training back and have an extra rest day because of the pain. But generally speaking, even when it's at its worst, I can still set up. It's just excruciatingly painful, but like I can still do it. And I know it's not interfering with the actual issue itself. Like the pain's there regardless. So it's something I normally push through. So did my first set of 5 at 87.5 and the pain was worse and it was uncomfortable. And I could tell that every set, it was just going to get more and more uncomfortable. So I actually texted my boyfriend, because we're going to the gym together after this. And I just said, we'll be quicker today because he wants to get back to watch the F1, because I'm not going to be doing any rowing machine sprints because rowing machine, when I have that neck pain, is just a no-no. And then I went to set up to do my next set of 5 at 87.5 and I literally couldn't set up. Where the actual like pain is, I literally just feel like I can't put any pressure on it. And when I go to set up, like I couldn't even unrack the bar. And for me to sit here and say I was in too much pain to unrack the bar should tell you how much pain I'm in, because that is not something I would usually like I normally just push through. And it's fine. I literally can't. So I'm trying not to get too bogged down about it. And I think because my pec's not been amazing recently, I'm just going to see it as a blessing in disguise that a little bit less bench volume this week. It's week 1 on the block. Take it as a bit of a deload. I've got my heaviest work in, got 1 lighter set in. Bench is generally feeling pretty good at the moment. And it just gives my pec a little bit extra rest. It's kind of how I'm looking at it. Now I'm going to head to the gym and do accessories. Don't know what we're going to get done. Don't know what is going to be doable. But we'll see. What's really frustrating though is this is the second flare-up I've had in quite a short space of time. Last time I did put it down to stress, but I've not been stressed this time. I've been fine. So really not entirely sure what's caused this one. It could just be a random kind of freak thing, but it's what it is. It is what it is. Just going to continue on and see what accessories I can get done. But definitely think I want to change my training days around a little bit, just because I do think as much as bench is going incredibly well with the current split, I think my setup and everything would feel better if I was benching after squatting, because I just obviously am generally warmer. Body feels a bit looser, setup feels really crisp when I bench after squatting. So I do think that's something I probably should look into adjusting my days around for, but that shouldn't be too hard to figure out. So that is probably something I'm going to be changing maybe next week, maybe the week after. Could wait until the next block. Who knows? Also depends on how my neck's feeling. Because if it's still playing up midweek, I won't be moving my bench days around, because then I'll be benching an extra day in a row, which won't be fun. But yeah, that is going to wrap up this video. I also re-pierced my ears, guys. Not relevant at all. I had my ears pierced when I was a little kid, like literally really, really young. I don't remember having them done. Then as I got to like teenage years, I just got more and more in each ear, and I had loads of other piercings and stuff as well for a while. And then one day I just stopped wearing any of them. And when I used to go out back in the day, probably like, I didn't know my last night out would have been when I was 21 maybe. I used to force earrings in again because they'd like closed up, and I basically used to re-pierce my ears for every night out, and then the next day obviously I would just take them out, or like when I got home I would take them out, and like they'd just heal up, and then every time it would just get worse and worse. And I recently decided I want to start wearing earrings again, but I wasn't sure if it was going to be possible, so I just bought some like cheap earrings off of Amazon, obviously in like a good material, so they weren't going to like infect my ears. And I was like, I'm just going to try and do it myself. I don't want to go and get them re-pierced. I'm not that committed to this. And also I've got so many holes in my ears, I don't know that there would actually be room for them to re-pierce them. So yeah, I decided to try and re-pierce them myself, and I was successful in that. And actually they don't hurt or anything, so I'm quite impressed how well they went in. Not relevant, but in case you notice my earrings, that's why I'm wearing earrings. These won't be the ones I wear long though. I will actually get some nicer ones. But anyway, I'm gonna wrap the video up here. Thank you very much if you've made it to the end. I really appreciate it. Please be sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you in a few days for the next one.